Hey, St. Mary Grade 8s, Mr. McHenry back here for another math lesson. Today we're going to be adding and subtracting integers, but at the same time. If you recall our matrix chart for adding integers and subtracting integers, and this is a really great tool and you can create it yourself. We have the sign of the integer being added or subtracted on the one side. We have the operation sign here, and if we're adding a positive integer, that's two positives. Here we're going to add the number. If we're adding a negative integer, that's a positive and a negative, they're different or opposite, we're going to subtract the number. If we're subtracting a positive integer, the signs are different, so that means that we're going to subtract the number. If we're subtracting a negative number, the signs are the same, so that means that we are going to add the number. All right, and we're going to be using that to help us out here. So when we are adding or subtracting more than two integers, we should simplify first. Okay, and what does that mean? Well, that means that I look at this. The question is positive 3 plus positive 4, subtract negative 3. So I'm going to simplify first. So positive 3 stays the same. I'm going to look at these two. I see a positive and a positive, so that means I'm going to add the number. I go to the next one here, I have a negative and a negative. That means I'm going to, because they're the same, I'm going to add the number. Okay, so I've simplified things. Now I'm just going to add along here. So positive 3 plus 4 is positive 7. And positive 7, so just brought that down here. Positive 7 plus 3 is positive 10. All right, so a bigger question here. In this case, we have 5 integers that we're either adding or subtracting. So again, the first thing that you need to do is to simplify first. So I go along here, negative 10 stays the same. I look at these two and I see the signs, a negative and a negative, they're the same, so I'm going to add 7. Add the number. I look at the next one, I see the signs positive and negative. They're opposite, so I'm going to subtract the number. So subtract 2. I go to the next one. Signs are different, so I'm going to subtract the number. And finally, the last one here, I look here, and again, the signs are different, so I'm going to subtract the number. And now that I've simplified, I can simply go ahead. So the first one is negative 10 plus 7 is negative 3. And I'm just bringing everything down here from up top. Okay, do the next one. Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. And again, just bringing everything down here. Negative 5 minus 4 is negative 9. And I have minus 7. And finally, negative 9 minus 7 is negative 16. Okay, so the key to this is that first line, to simplify first. And then you know if you're going to be adding or subtracting the numbers, and then you can simply go and do that. So again, look on the D2L site for some practice questions on adding or subtracting integers at the same time.